What's up YouTube? This is Writer B and this is my first video blog. What I want to talk about today is a little trip I took for the 4th of July. I went to Buffalo, New York. This was kind of a big deal because although I had been out of state to visit one of my best friends in Chicago, I had never done it like this. I had never gone through a completely different country and driven on my own for that matter. I was pretty confident about going to New York and meeting her. I wasn't so iffy and nervous about it as much anymore, seeing as how we've been talking for 3 years and Skyping face to face back and forth for over 3 years. At this point, I wasn't really worried about going to New York and being chloroformed and winding up in some creepy dude's basement. So I hop in my car, I'm feeling pretty good. I do my little checklist really quick. I have my luggage, bam. I have my enhanced driver's license, bam, for the 4-hour drive. I have my music, a little Alanis Morissette, a little Christina Aguilera, mixed in with a little Childish Gambino and Rick Ross. I'm doing pretty good. I am feeling quite confident about this trip. That is, until I got to the Canadian border. So I pull up at the border with my license in hand and I give it to the guy in the booth and he asks me if I have any guns or liquor, why I'm going through Canada, where I work, just random questions like that. And I tell him, no, I don't have any guns, no, I don't have any liquor. I'm going through Canada to get to Buffalo to see a friend for the 4th of July. I tell him where I work. Now, at this point, I'm confident in myself. I have nothing to hide. I'm not doing anything illegal. And I feel like I passed this test with the flyingest of colors. Giving me my license back, I can go through Canada, right? Wrong. Bam. Random search. What? So anyway, at this point, the guy at the booth directs me over to an armed border patrol officer who takes my license, asks me the exact same questions as the other guy, asks me what's in my trunk, and tells me to open it so it can be inspected. Admittedly, I'm a little annoyed, but I keep it cool and I stay cooperative. And I tell the officer that all I have in there is my luggage, a spare tire, and this old printer that's been in there for God knows how long. At that point, another officer comes digging through my trunk, and to alleviate some of the tension I'm feeling, I start talking to the first officer. So talking to the officer eased my nerves a little bit. He was actually pretty nice and shared in small talk with me, so I was feeling a little better about the whole situation. That is, until the second officer approached my window. So this is where I thought I was going to get arrested. The second officer, the one that was going through my trunk, he strolls up to my window, looks me dead in the eyes, and asks me, "Sir, what do you have in your trunk?" Now I wanted to say to him, "You were just back there, you tell me." But that day was not the day to get arrested, especially not at the border of Canada. So I remained as calm as I could, and I told him I have my luggage, a spare tire, and my time traveling printer. That's all I have back there. I'm getting pretty nervous at this point because the officer is looking at me very seriously and I don't know what's going on, but nothing could have prepared me for him looking me in the eye, taking a deep breath and asking me, "So you want to tell me about the young lady in your trunk?" Upon hearing the question, I think my heart just literally stopped beating in my chest, and I know there were a couple of good questions that I could have asked the officer at that time, but in reality, all I could do was just sit there and stare at him like, I don't know what to say to this guy. I don't even know what he's talking about. My brain is trying to form words, but I'm so nervous I don't even know what to say. And then the officer puts a box up to my window, and all of the fear I was feeling, all of a sudden it just turned into sheer embarrassment. Okay, so about a year ago, I was the best man in one of my best friend's weddings. And as anyone knows, when you're the best man, you have to do other duties, such as planning the bachelor party. So planning said bachelor party, I had to pick out where we were going to go, what we were going to do, who was going to be there, and worry about props, accessories, all those sorts of things. My friend suggested, hey, you're gonna have to get a blow-up doll. It's kind of tradition to get a blow-up doll for a bachelor party. So I promise you, I got the blow-up doll for that party. The party happened, it came and went, and at the end of the night, I just threw it in my trunk, and I just completely forgot about the box, and I forgot about the doll. So fast forwarding back to present day, I'm currently getting laughed at by 2 Border Patrol officers over a blow-up doll they found in the trunk of my car. And I have to say, although I was extremely embarrassed over this thing, I was even more relieved that although they were having a joke at my expense, it was a joke nonetheless. Leaving my shame and embarrassment at the border, I was able to drive through Canada, but my troubles didn't end there, because upon hitting Canadian soil, my 4G connection on my phone completely died. I was using my phone for the GPS, and I did not think that since I was going through Canada, this would happen. I mean, it's Canada, come on, it's like right in my backyard. But it died. But luckily, I had a backup map, so driving through Canada and going the right way was pretty much smooth sailing for me. And beautiful at some times too. Upon getting back into America and going to Buffalo, I met up with her. I had an amazing time. I went to an amusement park on the 4th of July called Darien Lake. It has nothing on Cedar Point, but it was still pretty good nonetheless. I visited Niagara Falls. There's an asylum at, Buffalo State or Buffalo University, which was really creepy but really fascinating at the same time. And I got to spend time with a friend that I've grown to know and care about so much. So it was all in all a very interesting trip, and one that I'll never forget. So I told this story not just for the sake of telling it, but to say there's so many times in our lives where we want to go someplace, or we want to do something, or we want to experience something, but for whatever reason, may it be fear, may it be laziness, may it just be because of us holding ourselves back that we never get these things done. And I'm here to say today, if there's something that you want to do, stop holding yourself back and just go for it. If you want to talk to that guy, do it. If you want to talk to that girl, do it. If you want to get that job that seems impossible, do it. If you want to get, in the master's program of your college, do it. I mean, you don't want to look back at your life and say, oh God, I totally should have done that. I wonder what would have happened if I would have. Just go for it. Stop holding yourself back. Live your life. Talking about this experience was fun for me, and I hope it was enjoyable for you. I want to make this a weekly thing. I have other things that I want to talk about, but I don't want to make it just about me. I want to answer questions and things like that. I'm not a shrink. I'm not some love expert or whatever, but I'm a human being that cares. And maybe I can answer some questions of what you're going through, because I have experienced some things in my life. Maybe you can teach me some things. But at any rate, if you liked what you saw, subscribe, leave a comment in the section down below. And a question to you that I'm going to ask is, what's something that you want to do that you've maybe been too afraid to do? Leave it in the comment section below. At any rate, I'm Ryder B. This was awesome. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. Have a good one.